What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Healthy Choices Wellness Corp. It is up a substantial amount today, had a high of 104. I want to break it down on what is really prompting that and if you need to get behind that and buy it or whatever else. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, like I said, it is up quite a lot. Not that crazy in volume, so only around 44 or 45,000 shares being traded. Then again, that's within the first roughly 20 minutes of the trading day. 106 is the average. So this spike is very abnormal. I'm sure a lot of people are getting very excited by it, but no actual news associated to the company itself, no SEC filing. So in my experience, which given a lot of stocks I've covered have the same convertible debt kind of structure, which is very, very toxic. In general, whenever you see these types of spikes, but yet no substantial news, and you're seeing kind of abnormally high volume-ish, that does equate to that there's dilution occurring. And that is through the conversion of those kind of either preferred shares or notes, but regardless, the whole convertible debt structure. So when it comes to any spike right now, HCWC does have a little bit more of a financial interest in keeping it above $1, because as of right now, going over here, it's been a good 5 days while it's been trading below $1. For those of you that don't know, that is kind of on the path for a whole reverse stock split, and that's kind of what I called out HCWC as pretty much doing next, is having a shareholder meeting, approving a reverse stock split, and most likely that is going to occur in Q1 2025. So not the best. And one thing that really did happen that prompted and pushed it below that $1 mark was the unfreezing of the Class B shares. So they essentially were locked in for 90 days. So when it comes down to what is happening right now, that is just the investors who, luckily enough, got those preferred stock. They're just converting. So that does equate to dilution, and most likely there's going to be a significant amount of dilution. And that's been one of the very kind of scary risks that they do state on their previous S1 before the whole even kind of spin-off did happen. They stated that there was going to be significant dilution, which could directly affect the stock price, because it is just very basic math, right? Because you have the actual current market cap, and that is just derived by the outstanding shares multiplied by the actual price at the time. So right now, 99 cents. So yeah, it's a very bad scenario. One thing that I feel like I've stated will be a good buying opportunity is when you see a Form 4 where insiders such as Chris and whatever actually do buy the physical stock. So it's just a very bad scenario as of right now. Still, as crazy as it is, no website. So I don't really dabble in these types of stocks all that much. So there might be a couple other stocks that are on the New York Stock Exchange that don't have a website, but I can pretty much guarantee there's not a lot of them. Like, you pretty much are on one of the major exchanges if you are a viable business. This just seems to be put together, and as I've signaled in the past, it is, for all extensive purposes, just a scam. And I don't know exactly the basis of that. Of course, I think a very telltale sign of why they did this is how HCMC started to take on debt of this spinoff before the spinoff was even announced. So they started to announce the SPAs, and that obviously is what is damning HCWC right now. So not only did management destroy HCMC, which did have a lot of good potential, they could have sold a lot of their intellectual property. They're now moving on to their next big thing. And I've already done a video all about management on how from where they've came, they've destroyed companies from that stage as well. So they're on a very bad path, very bad track record. So most likely HCWC, even though it is up today, don't jump up and down. It is going to be relatively short-lived. Aside from that, though, shorts aren't even doing all that much. So people can't say, hey, it's actually shorts that are bringing this down. So 1.4% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 33.02 thousand shares. So shorts don't really even care all that much. And funny enough, Ortex doesn't even have the new logo for HCWC. They are using HCMC. So it's just a lot of crap with this company. And unfortunately, one positive thing I must state for this company is that they're actually moving in the right direction. Nowhere near to justify the current multiple, but they are slowly and steadily moving to the right direction for profitability, which will probably come in 2028, 2029. But they should have stayed OTC. They only did this whole kind of move to the New York Stock Exchange just for liquidity purposes. And you see a lot of companies, even during their shareholder meeting, so far HCWC hasn't stated it, but they need to stay on these major exchanges for liquidity purposes. So it is, like I said, just a very bad thing. So I think a lot of people might be getting excited by this 26 or whatever % day up, but definitely heed caution. So this is just my 2 cents on HCWC, what is coming next, and everything else that you need to know. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Are you still a fan of HCWC or HCMC? But as I've kind of shared with you, I think that one is dead and gone. I'm even looking at the Reddit pages for HCMC as well as HCWC. Just people are kind of questioning, I guess, the whole brokerage scenario transition didn't really go according to plan for a lot of individuals, but at the same time, just people just don't know what is truly going on. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing I do want to share with you though is pop over to my Patreon, where I'm giving buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. Some have doubled, some tripled. So definitely pop over there to take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.